Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Let's do that intro. Hey, so welcome to the live stream live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about the news. We'll talk about altcoins. Going to move some crypto around for you guys. And as always, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live. So I'm going to talk about the stablecoin bill tonight. I think it was Dustin and Shadow said something about that in the chat a few minutes ago. And I was like, I don't think I read that whole article. And as it turned out, that article is quite long. So I was rushing to get it read so that I could give you guys a brief overview and try to make some sense of it. Pretty interesting implications if the stablecoin bill does pass. Implications between stablecoin issuers using U.S. short-term treasuries to back their issuance, and the Treasury Department and the Treasury market. So can the Treasury market absorb all of the implications of the stablecoin issuers? Because stablecoins continue to grow. They could move into the trillions in the next 5 years, and that might be too much for the Treasury market to handle, not to mention the fact that the national debt is quite high right now. And so we don't want to, tip the cart in any way or form. So yeah, it's a very interesting story. I featured it on the title. So stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about that. We'll go through the news a little bit. We'll talk about the market, some new scams that I wanted to talk about. So we can check those out. And then, of course, I'll focus on your questions, move some crypto around for you guys. I've got some stablecoin in my ledger live, and I was thinking maybe we could liquidate some of that, and I'll show you how I do that. So let's greet everyone that's here. I'd like to thank everyone that's here. Welcome Kenny back. He was sorely missed last week. He had quite a hair-raising adventure that he told me about on his vacation. And I'll save that. I'll let him tell you if you want to pry him on that. But I was glad to see that he got back home safely with, a little bit of car trouble. But and that he's back in the live stream tonight. Always nice to have you here, Kenny. It always feels a little hollow when you're not here. So, yeah, Kenny was here early. Roland Kane is here. Roland Kane had shot me a few emails this week about some new crypto wallets that I'm looking into. I do like that Bitbox. That new Bitbox looks cool. I'll see if I can contact them. I know they sent me one a long time ago, but I haven't had much contact with them lately. And that Rider One wallet is something that I went on their site. It's sold out. So I don't think I have the site pulled up at the moment. Let's check. Yeah, I'm in their contact. Yeah, the Rider, is it going to take me back to the homepage? Yeah, it's a crypto wallet. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the I don't know what the way you can refer to them, but they don't have seed phrases, and they use other devices as their backups. So you get the wallet, you connect it with your phone, and then you also have like a little recovery tag thing. And so if you lose any one of those three, then you can use two of them to get the third one back, in a nutshell. And if you lose all three of them, I believe you can also send backups to your friends and family, so that if you were to buy a new device, you'd be able to use their recovery key to help you restore your device. It's kind of complicated, but I do endorse the Tangem wallet, which is also has a seedless backup. It has a seed phrase option, but I'm interested in these seedless options now. I've never really been a big fan of these, but the crypto wallet market is evolving, and I would like to get my hands on one of these. I reached out to them through their website. We'll see. But they're currently sold out of these things. Yeah, sold out. So, but Roland reminded me that a lot of people look to me to try out these wallets and kind of give them an overview of how they work. So I've been kind of lax lately. I haven't gotten any brand new wallets lately. So it's high time I get back in gear on that. Let's see. Oh, if you've never been in the stream before, check out the description here. We got a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about. Wallet deals. The Ledger summer deal is still on. It's got a few days. I don't think it was running last week. I think she kind of sprung it on me on Monday morning, if I remember correctly. My rep there at Ledger, who is great, by the way. Let me see if I can find out the day that she did this. June 16th. Yeah, that was Monday. Yeah, so they just announced this. You can get up to $90 worth of Bitcoin by taking advantage of this deal. Like they're giving $70 worth of Bitcoin for the Flex, $80 on the Stacks, $50 on the X, and $30 on the S Plus. And then if you sign up for Ledger Recover, you can get an extra $10 Bitcoin rebate. So Ledger Recover is a good idea for people that have trouble or are brand new, unsure, maybe forgetful. You still have to write your seed phrase down and manage that. But if you use Ledger Recover, you could conceivably, hypothetically, lose your seed phrase and then use Ledger Recover to restore your device, or restore a new device if you lost your device. That would mean you lost your device and your seed phrase, which would normally be, boom, your crypto's gone. But if you have Ledger Recover, you could recover it. A lot of people don't trust this, but all the code in Ledger Recover is open source, so you can see what it's doing, and it's a good paradigm. It's not something that I would do. I'm an old school, self-custody guy, but yeah, you can get a little extra Bitcoin back if you sign up for that. And let's see, we still have the Descent deal going on. The Descent deal is going on until tomorrow. So if you like Descent, you might want to grab a Descent wallet. Let's see, with the CryptoDad. Oh, I thought it was going to give 109 by using my link. Yeah, so, well, it's still a good deal. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe they gave me a different link. I don't know. But, I mean, it says you can't see it because I'm in the way. But it does say CryptoDad exclusive down there. So, I don't know. Maybe there's a mix-up. But anyhow, still a great deal if you like Descent. And what else is going on? Tangem, their summer sale is over, but you can still get 10% off using the CryptoDad checkout code. So I mentioned Tangem earlier. I think it's a great solution to the fact that a lot of people lose crypto by mismanaging their seed phrase. So with my checkout code, you get 10% off of any of the card sets, the family pack, or even the ring. So if you want the Tangem ring. And let's see what else is going on wallet-wise. One Key just finished their sale. One Key wallets. Let me see if I can pull this up here. They have a nice array of wallets, and they told me they're going to send me one of these new ones, the One Key Classic 1S Pure. $79 is a pretty good deal. It doesn't have a battery. It's just for use at home connected to the computer, but that's pretty awesome. Now their flagship model here, the $278, has a beautiful touchscreen. I think it's one of the nicest touchscreens on the market for hardware wallets. Just beautiful color screen. I love the Ledger e-ink display, but given all of its advantages, it is still black and white, and we live in a color world. So this is a beautiful color touchscreen. So something to think about, right? And they've got one for every budget. Let's see. It's just a lot of stuff going on with hardware wallets in June. I don't know why. They just have all these summer sales. This Ledger sale, is even better than their Black Friday sale from last year. So quite an interesting. If I recall correctly, the Black Friday deals for Ledger last November did not include the Ledger stacks, and this deal does. I mean, you can get a Ledger stacks. What did I do with it? I forgot. I lost it. Anywho, yeah. So yeah, Ledger's got a great deal right now. Someone was kind of giving me a hard time about being a shill. He's like, oh, I know they're your biggest sponsor, and I was kind of like, well, the sponsor thing usually indicates that you are being paid to promote a product. I don't get paid to promote any of these wallets. I do get affiliate income if someone uses my link to make a purchase. But that's standard YouTube fare. I mean, what YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor of some kind or affiliate links of some kind? I don't stop my videos and, tell you to buy an energy drink or sign up for some streaming service or something not related. I talk about self-custody. I advocate self-custody. And when there's wallet sales, I tell you about them because everybody should have a wallet. A hardware wallet is the most secure, hands down, the most secure way to store and manage your crypto. So I think it's very closely related to it's like a basketball player selling or sponsoring or whatever they call it, advocating basketball shoes. I mean, that's their area of expertise. So yeah, I mean, if the basketball player tells me that's the shoe they wear, I'm going to run out and buy it, right? Well, I use hardware wallets. I use them all, right? So say what you will. I guess I am a shill for hardware wallets, but I don't shill coins. I don't do financial advice. I don't do coin analysis, all that stuff, to the disappointment of some people that come in here. Where are we now? Let's go down a little more. We got our agenda, a new scam I'm going to talk about. I didn't really get to harp on always do small test transfers. We're going to move some crypto a little bit later. I did a video, the truth about storing crypto on exchanges. You guys heard me do that last week in the live stream. Stop that. Yeah, this video, you saw me do this last week. It was some decent views. And then Cyber Skrilla, that's the same video that I recommended for you last week. And this is Zach BT's. I've still got this link here. Zach BT is an internet sleuth, and he's got a list of crypto influencer shills. Crypto influencers that get paid to shill coin projects, right? So if you want to call someone a shill, there's a whole list for you. Anyhow, let's see, we're done. And the news stories, got those linked. All right, so let's jump into the news. This is our market news. Bitcoiners split on either going back down to 94K or up to 114K for BTC's next move as it trades sideways. 50% think it's going to go up, 50% think it's going to go down in this poll that they did. So that's a pretty even split. But right now the market's sideways. Where are we at right now? We're at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's down a little bit. I'm thinking that this is because of the geopolitical uncertainty right now. Is the U.S. going to, join the war against Iran, pardon me? You get confused, right? Who haven't we attacked in the Middle East yet? Oh, we got to find somebody new. Right. So, yeah. So things are a little dicey in the markets and in the crypto markets. I think I had cynically mentioned last week that Israel and Iran waited till the weekend to start their war as to not disturb the U.S. stock markets. And I was just being facetious. But then on Thursday, some White House spokesman said that Trump will most likely wait till the weekend if he does join the war to avoid disrupting the stock market. So I'm like, okay, they do consider, that's why they wait for the weekends to, start wars. So we'll see. I don't know what's going on. I haven't looked at the news in the last hour, so I don't know what's going on out there. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, that's something else. Okay, we did that. Oh, okay. Oh, I somehow I got onto a different story, right? Yeah, so you could check that story out. It's linked down in the description. Not a bunch of excitement in the market, but it is down a little bit tonight. Now, the GENIUS Act passed the Senate. It has not become law. It's not even at the point where it's on its way to the president's desk for his signature. The bill has to go back to the House of Representatives, and they're going to have to reconcile their bill with the Senate bill. The House passed their stablecoin bill last year sometime, but it died in the Senate. It got blocked because the Democrats blocked it in the Senate. Well, now the Republicans were able to get it resurrected, and it passed with bipartisan support in the Senate. So, but it does have to go back to the House for a reconciliation, and then after that, once both houses have, put their stamp of approval on the final bill, then it will go to Trump's desk. I don't think there's any doubt that Trump is going to sign it, right? He will sign it. So that's a nothing burger anyway. The trick is getting it past the House because there is some opposition in the House to the stablecoin bill. Crazy stuff like, money laundering or, destroying our financial system and the treasury market. But let's talk about this, right? So the U.S. crypto industry is celebrating as the GENIUS Act, a framework for stablecoin regulation, was passed in the Senate on June 17th. I think that's Wednesday or Thursday. The bill passed 68-30 in a bipartisan effort, roughly 6 weeks after the Senator Bill Hagerty introduced it in the Senate. And now it's going back to the House. You can see it was, supported by almost all Republicans. Only 2 voted no. And then there were quite a few crossovers from the Democrats. I think I was decrying this last week. It's like every issue is just like it gets passed by thin majorities on completely partisan votes, right? But this crypto bill is starting to look a little more bipartisan. What I would like to see was that, bills don't have to get passed with every single Republican voting yay. It should be, I don't know. I'm digressing here. All right. So what are the risks, right? That's the main thing here. Why are some experts claiming that this could be not good for the treasury market and the economy as a whole by extension? Right, so let's take a look a little about that. Let me see if I can. Well, I guess I can. Trying to get myself right where I need to be, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I think my whole thing is a little bit off there. Okay, so the idea here is, let me see here. The bill will cement U.S. dollar dominance, according to Hagerty, the senator that introduced the bill, because it will drive demand for U.S. treasuries. So the bill is stipulating that not only do stablecoins have to be backed 1-to-1 by either dollars or short-term U.S. treasuries. The idea is that they're encouraging stablecoin issuers to purchase treasuries, and that's a good thing, right? According to Haggerty. But there are some experts out there that are claiming that that could be an issue, a destabilizing issue. The authors of this report are concerned that backing stablecoins is not scalable with the current state of the U.S. Treasury market. They say that Circle has a circulating supply of 60 billion, while around 900 billion is traded in secondary treasury markets. This means that currently, if an issuer like Circle or Tether were to liquidate its assets, there will likely be sufficient. I think that should be there will likely not be sufficient counterparties to which it could sell U.S. treasuries. That would be the problem, right? Not enough people out there to buy them. That would be unstable, right? However, this is subject to change. Now, of course, the assumption here is that Circle is about to go broke. I doubt that, but that's what they're projecting. You know, like, what if this company, you know, goes under for whatever reason? I don't know why it would. I mean, I guess it could, but it's not an algorithmic stablecoin like Terra Luna, which can be easily knocked off kilter. You know, if somebody dumps the algorithmic stablecoin on the open market. You know, there's billions of stablecoins hitting the open market every day. So yeah, but that's the projection, is that if a stablecoin issuer were to go bankrupt or you know, lose liquidity or have to liquidate, that could cause instability in the treasury market. Okay, and so furthermore, the treasury market has run into liquidity problems in recent years, which are the result of several factors. Now, this is just things that affect the treasury market. High-speed automated securities dealers are providing stiffer competition to primary lenders. Post-2008 regulations require banks to have deeper rainy day buffers of capital, which is weird considering that during COVID, they removed all reserve requirements for banks. They have zero reserve requirements now. So I don't know why a bank would be afraid to do anything, right? They can just print money out of nothing. 1 and 2 combined means banks confront powerful incentives to avoid participating in treasury markets. Okay. Outstanding tradable treasury debt, which the treasury security represents, has grown from 4.8 trillion in August of 2008 to 28.6 trillion by March of 2025. These factors combined mean that there are fewer counterparties available to purchase the type of large-scale movements of debt one would expect if a stablecoin firm were to experience insolvency and there were a run on redeeming its tokens. So, you know, they're looking at the worst case scenario. So some historical examples here. The authors note that neither the illiquidity of treasury markets nor the possibility of a stablecoin issuer is hypothetical. Circle saw $2 billion in US dollar coin removed from circulation in the days following the collapse of its banking partner, Silicon Valley Bank. If you remember that, that was the choke point 2.0. So that was the thing. It did happen, right? And then the treasury market saw a liquidity crunch during the COVID Black Swan event, right? March of 2020, during the COVID-19 market chaos. Investors could not find counterparties to trade their treasuries, causing prices to become deeply distorted. This happened again in 2025 when U.S. President Donald Trump made radical shifts in U.S. trade policy with new tariffs. So, you know, tell me something I don't know. The system is unstable, subject to easily become more unstable with geopolitical and, I'm sorry, geopolitical events of some kind, like wars or, pandemics or trade wars, right? So, I don't know that that's an argument against the stablecoin bill. It's kind of an argument against the whole friggin' system, if you ask me. But yeah, they're saying, this could be bad for the stability of the Treasury market. And there are, Elizabeth Warren is still wields considerable power in the House, and she is adamantly anti-crypto. So, and she can gather a lot of support against this bill. She's come out against it already. So we'll see what happens if this can pass the House. It will most likely have to be a completely partisan vote where every single Republican needs to vote yay to get this thing through. But they probably will, right? A lot of deep pockets are behind this stablecoin bill. It's going to change crypto immensely in the world, in the U.S. and in the world. All right, so yeah, it's a really long article. Sorry I had to dive so far into it, but it is an important subject to crypto. Now, on to a little more adoption news. U.S. crypto ETF approval odds surged to 90% or higher, according to Bloomberg. I find it funny that Bloomberg is doing crypto analysis now. They used to just laugh at crypto back in the day. Now they're doing analysis on crypto. So we all know about Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs, but other coins look 90% sure to get their ETFs. Litecoin, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin, Cardano are being considered commodities. So there's a very strong chance that we will be seeing these altcoin ETFs. Following on the heels of the Bitcoin ETF, which was approved in early 2024 and has since become the most successful ETF ever, right? I think before that it was gold, the gold ETFs. So a lot of money out there waiting for more investment opportunities. Now, the only fly in the ointment is that it's great that all these altcoins are waiting for ETFs, but the Ethereum ETFs, the reception to the Ethereum ETFs has been somewhat lukewarm. So, and we're still seeing Bitcoin dominance in the market over the last year or so. Altcoins have kind of been moving sideways in a quagmire, coming up a little bit when Bitcoin goes up, but they're pretty much following Bitcoin, and they don't seem to have their own momentum like they did in earlier runs, like 2017, 2020, and 21. Bitcoin, since the Bitcoin ETFs were approved, we're seeing Bitcoin dominance in the market. But very interesting that all of these altcoins are looking to start their own ETFs. Let's see what we got here. There's I kind of wanted to, let's do the story. CoinMarketCap, which is a website where you can check coins. Now, I tend to use CoinGecko rather than CoinMarketCap. And I used to use CoinMarketCap a lot, but I stopped using CoinMarketCap because they tend, in my view, and I'm not stating facts, I'm just stating opinions, they tend to list what I would consider some shaky coins. Like someone would say, have you heard about this coin or whatever? And I would look for it. I couldn't find the coin on CoinGecko, but then I could find it on CoinMarketCap, and then I was kind of like, well, that's kind of a shaky coin. Now you could call it thoroughness, right? They want to be able to give you all the information they can about any coin you might be wondering about, but sometimes I've seen some shaky coins on here like Solana meme coins and things like that that aren't listed on any exchanges and are not listed on CoinGecko. So I've kind of migrated over to CoinGecko to check coins and, check their contracts, contract numbers, right? So, CoinMarketCap, the website, was infected with malware, and I guess it's not in there anymore. I haven't logged in or anything, but apparently there was a pop-up coming up. This is just an ad, but apparently there was a pop-up that was coming up on their site that was instructing users to verify their wallet, and then supposedly was asking them to authorize access to the Ethereum in their wallets, right? This is a malicious contract. I couldn't get... I went to the Twitter post about this, and most of the replies were people that were just like, yeah, popped up for me, and I thought it was kind of weird, so I didn't do anything. And people like, be safe out there. I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, if a window pops up that says connect your wallet and verify your wallet, I don't know, people that are new might do something like that, but a seasoned crypto person is not going to connect their wallet arbitrarily to some website that just pops up and asks you. I mean, if you're connecting to what you know to be a DEX, that's great. But CoinMarketCap asking you to connect your wallet is kind of out of the ordinary. And none of these tweets here really say that anything ever happened. We don't know. There's no... the only people that said they saw it didn't click on it or didn't actually connect. So we don't know if this was successful or not, if anybody connected their wallet and lost any crypto. All we know is that it was popping up on their website. But I have to say, really, now this appeared to be, if we look at the article, it appeared to be a malicious smart contract rather than clicking on it. See, generally what's going to happen is, in most of these scams, is they'll tell you to connect your wallet, and then when you do, it'll go, oh, there's an error, enter your seed phrase, right? I couldn't find anything of whether or not that was happening here. So this looks like it could have actually been a malicious smart contract that we're kind of hoping people would actually connect their wallets, like their MetaMask wallet, to this thing, launch their wallet, and like sign a smart contract to give the attacker access to their Ethereum balances, right? Rather than asking them for their seed phrase. But I think I just want to stress that this whole verify your wallet thing it's never okay, right? It's never okay, you don't ever need to verify your wallet with anybody. You connect your wallet purposely when you're on a DEX, or you're doing a trading on when it's something you know what you're doing, but there's never any reason to verify your wallet. And this is a common term for scammers, like verify your wallet, because people are so paranoid and so suspicious that they're going to lose their crypto that they do stupid stuff. And it's kind of an upside down world, Really, we should be, if you're worried about losing crypto, you should be very skeptical of any of this stuff. But instead, it's kind of the opposite. People see these pop-ups that say verify their wallet, and they suddenly think that if they don't, they're going to lose crypto, which is weird to me. And so then they click these things, and then it tells them to put in their seed phrase, and they're so worried they're about to lose crypto that they run out and get their seed phrase and type it in, thinking that that's going to, secure their crypto. That is a huge scam. Any of you listening, please Don't ever verify your wallet with anybody for any reason. And please don't put in your seed phrase. Don't ever type your seed phrase into a website or give it to someone on Telegram or Instagram or Signal or any other kind of app. If somebody DMs you on Twitter, any of that, please don't give out your seed phrase to anybody. No one is ever going to need it. No legitimate tech support person will ever ask you for that seed phrase. That is the number one way people lose crypto, is by giving up their seed phrase. And it's such an easy scam, right? It doesn't require a college degree. It doesn't require any coding knowledge, really. The pop-up window might, require some trivial code. But the guy on the other end that's just like scooping up seed phrases, that's a no-brainer, right? There's nothing complicated about that. And that's why it's such a prevalent scam. Most people that go out and buy hardware wallets are scared to death that there's something wrong with the wallet, that it's been tampered with, that it's going to get hacked, all this like crazy paranoid stuff they think's going to happen to their wallet. And then, as soon as some scammer asks them for their seed phrase, they give it up. It's an upside down world. And I wish people would get more educated on how crypto wallets work and, how to keep your backup phrase safe and secure. Please don't give it out to these scammers. If it says verify your wallet, just turn off your computer and, go outside and barbecue some hamburgers and hot dogs and don't think about it, right? You can walk away. And people are so like, oh my God, my wallet, it's going to hack, it's going to drain. I got to do something right now. And so I'll type in my seed phrase. Please don't think like that. Just walk away. That's all you got to do. I don't know. I'm harping again. Let me see who's on here tonight. Talking. I want to make sure I get caught up. Hi, Paul. It's good to have you here. Let's see. Gregory Wieland had asked me a pre-live stream question. It looks like everyone's having a good time tonight. Yeah, please. It's like giving out your social security number. I used to work for some elderly clients, great people, and his wife called me and said, Rex, somebody from the IRS just called me and told me I was going to go to jail if I didn't like blah, blah. And I was like, that's a scam. Don't, hang up. Don't talk to them. And this crypto verify your wallet thing is very similar to that scam. Right? So don't fall for it. Let me cover Gregory's question. So Gregory bought some SUI token on, I think he said he bought it on Bybit and he transferred it to his ledger, and it didn't arrive in his SUI wallet, and he's wondering why. And he got a hold of Bybit, and they told him to use this Zurion app. And I went over there and I played around with it. I can't get it to work. There, it pulled up now. I couldn't get it to pull up earlier. It did work. But it seems it's connected to my Ethereum Flex, and I think it's talking about tokens. So when Gregory asked me about this, I wasn't sure if he was talking about SUI proper or a sub token on the SUI blockchain. I'm assuming they have such tokens, as opposed to the main token is SUI. But what Gregory sent me looked like he was actually buying SUI token proper, and it wasn't showing up in his ledger live. So this Zurion thing, it's pulled up on my Flex account. If I go to change account, it doesn't even list SUI. So I don't know why Bybit would tell you to use this app to somehow locate your SUI tokens. That seems really weird. And then I was kind of like, well, maybe they're selling like SUI on an alternate chain. There are such things out there, but not on SUI. If you go to the contract address of SUI, you can see that it doesn't live on any other chains. It only lives on the SUI chain. So let's send some to Kraken. So I've got my device here. Let's buy some SUI on Kraken, and then we'll move it into my Ledger wallet. Not to mention, Gregory, if you if you're trying to see your SUI and it's not showing up, you could use the SUI wallet. What is the name of this wallet? Come on, Rex. They don't see the name of this wallet. This is an SUI. Well, let's just look at it here. Okay. I forget the name of this wallet. No. Connect? Doggone it. Okay, let me just do it this way. Is this it? Oh yeah, that looks like it. Ugh. Yeah, oh I guess it is. Why is this like a cartoon now? Yeah, I think that's this, right? Yeah, same icon, I guess. Yeah, but this is a third-party wallet that you can use with your Ledger to manage SUI. But I couldn't find anything in here that showed me that I could. It has like an NFT section. I don't know what these kiosks are, but I don't see anywhere where you can manage SUI tokens. I think there probably is such a thing. Yeah, but yeah, let's go ahead and start a transfer so we can get this thing going here. Let's log into Kraken. Oh, I'm logged in, right? We can. They sell SUI, don't they not? Whoops. Come on, Rex. Yeah, they sell it. All right. So, the first thing we want to do is deposit some. What are we going to deposit? Got some stablecoin. Let's do this Tether. I've got some Polygon based Tether. And let's drop some of this in my Kraken account. So let's see here. We're going to say deposit. And we're going to drop some Tether in here. And we're going to use the Polygon network, right? So there's the address it wants me to send it to. Let's go over here to Ledger Live. Let's send there. This doesn't mean it's not going to work. It just means that they can't auto verify it. So it's up to you to eyeball it, right? So there it is. I can look at it. I can see the beginning and the end. I'm going to just assume that it's correct. Now, if you're worried, then maybe just send 10. Oh yeah, we were going to talk about this. Please, if you're not sure, then just do a small test. I mean, come on. If I lose $10, it's no big deal, right? So let's go ahead and send it. It wants me to unlock my device. So I have my Ledger stacks right here. Hopefully this thing will work. Not this thing, my setup. I get all kinds of crazy stuff going on with my rig. Okay, it's going to work because I have 3 monitors and some of my this cable is plugged into my monitor, which has a USB hub in it, and sometimes things get weird when I'm flipping around between my monitors. Okay, it wants me to open the Ethereum app, so I'm doing that, and now I've got to sign the transaction. Let's look over here. Sorry. All right, so let me get in a little. Right. So it wants me to review the transaction. There, I'm sending 10. That's my test. All right, and hold and sign. That's over here. There we go. There, and then over here, we got transactions sent. Now, that's a small test, but I'm live, so I don't know if I want to wait, because it does take a few minutes for it to show up. But I'll just talk a little bit while we're waiting, just to take this all the way through. It was Ledger support that suggested using the Zurian. Okay, sorry, Ledger. How did you get a hold of Ledger? I am not a tech support. I am not a call tech support guy. Now, maybe it's just arrogance on my part, but I worked at a computer store for many years back in the 90s, and the big part of my job was calling tech support for my customers. They're like, hey, what's wrong with this HP printer? So I knew how to get a hold of HP tech support. I knew all the menus on the phones and whatever. And I spent a lot of time dealing with HP support, Microsoft support, IBM support. And there was a transition at some point. It used to be when you called HP, you got somebody in like South Carolina and they knew what they were talking about. But at some point, tech support got outsourced overseas. And so when you called tech support, you ended up connecting to someone in India or the Philippines or whatever. Now, not that I'm saying that they don't know what they're talking about because they're Indian or Filipino. I'm saying they don't work directly for the company. They're outsourced. So they're sitting there with a script. So I came to the conclusion over time that I know more. I know more than most tech support departments, right? So I know I have a lot of friends, people that follow my channel, people that I know, and email and comments, and their first instinct is, oh, I called Ledger support, or I called MetaMask support, or I don't know, somehow how they get a hold of these people, I don't know, but they do. But I figure I know more than they do anyway, so I never call their tech support. So yeah, I have no idea why Ledger support would tell you to use that app to manage your SUI token. That's like boggles my mind that they would tell you to use this thing to check your SUI balance. Just, I don't get it. Yeah, it's really weird. Let's see, did it come in? No, we're going to still talk. Let's talk a little more. You know what? As soon as I see that, I'll go ahead and send more. Let's see. The Texas governor just signed the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve Bill. Hooray. BTC Hunger Pains. Wow, this is big. I just noticed a couple of days ago the Solana tokens are now showing up in Ledger Live. I'm guessing the update coincided with the release of the Ledger Flex Solana edition. Yes. So another thing to keep in mind when you're dealing with altcoins is that Ledger Live is not always... I love the Ledger device. I love Ledger, the company. They're great people. I like Ledger Live, but it is not the end-all, be-all of software to manage certain cryptos. And I know most people are in the mindset this, well, I got a Ledger device. I'm using Ledger Live. This should be, I should be able to do this in Ledger Live. It's a very fixed, it's a fixation. And I'm always like, dude, there are third-party wallets out there that do a much better job of managing Ethereum, MetaMask, Rabby, Solana, there's Solflare, there's Phantom. These third-party wallets you can use with your device, and they're much better at managing these third-party tokens. One of the things about Ledger Live that someone just brought up down here, Strothman, or Fred McMyer was like, hey, Solana tokens are finally showing up in my Solana wallet. They didn't used to, right? And they still don't show every token that I may have in that wallet, right? There might be other tokens that are not showing up in Ledger Live. And before the Solana support in Ledger Live, you didn't see your Solana tokens, but you could see them over in Solflare and Phantom, right? So Ledger Live is just kind of playing catch up. So if, my biggest suggestion here is, realize that the Ledger device is more than just Ledger Live. I get a lot of people like, why can't I see this on my Ledger? And what they really mean is, why can't I see this in Ledger Live? Because you have a device that you can use with third-party wallets. If you are using MetaMask or Rabby, you can find hundreds, thousands of tokens that you don't see in Ledger Live. The same with Solflare and Phantom. You can see a whole bunch of like Solana meme coins that could get you rich or whatever if you're the gambling type. You can't see them in Ledger Live, but you can see them using third parties. So don't be afraid to use third-party wallets. Some people think, oh, I'm risking my Ledger device by doing that. No, that's what the Ledger device was designed to do, was interface with third-party wallets. When Ledgers first came out, there was no Ledger Live. I'm still not getting this damn This always happens during my live stream, that, transfers take forever. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting sick of waiting. But I guess, come on, can you please show up? Yeah, it's going to take too long. I'm just going to send some crypto over. I know it's going to work. Hopefully it's going to work. All right, let's try this again. So we want to deposit some Tether, and we want to deposit it as Polygon. And so let's get this address. In fact, I can look at my, I can look at my history and see that I've already transferred some today, and I believe it worked. Yeah, I think these are all to that address, right? Yeah. But while I'm on the subject, don't go back to your previous transactions and resend, using your previous transactions. That's how address poisoning works. People will send you, address zero value addresses that look very similar to previous addresses, hoping that you're going to use that address to get your sending address. You don't want to do that. Always get your sending address directly from where you're sending it. In this case, Kraken. Come on, can you please show up just so I can say I did my test? Come on, man. Ugh. Always when I'm live, right? Okay. All right. Does Stan send me something? Oh, no. All right. It's not going to happen. Okay. So let me send. I don't think we're going to get through this then. So we're running out of time. Anywho, let's go ahead and do it. Boom. Send it. Send it. All right. I'm going to send it. All right. We're going to send. Let's send 200. I need some tokens over there. I was going to buy some Sui. Right. Okay. I got to sign this. Right. We can do that. Swipe. Let me turn this camera on. Right, swipe, and hold the sign. Okay, all right. I don't know if it's going to get there. I don't know why it's taken so long for the $10. Whoops, sorry. I don't know why it's taken so long for the $10 test to get there. Man, I remember I remember the days where it would only take a few minutes for these things. Solana's probably pretty quick about it. Anywho, I guess we're not going to get this done tonight because it's just taken too long. I don't understand why it's taken so long. That sucks. Okay. Bummer. Okay. Anyhow. Okay. I would be scared to talk to someone who claims to be MetaMask, right? Me too. Yeah. I mainly use Phantom, but I also have Solflare. That's cool. Yeah, Solflare is a great Solana wallet, and you can see tokens. You can manage NFT, Solana NFTs. You still can't see Solana NFTs in Ledger Live, right? If we go over to Solflare, Is it here? Oh, I don't know where it is. Oh, it's on my phone. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting all lost here. All right. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, hey. Kraken just gave me an email. There. I deposited funds in Kraken. All right. That was our test. All right. So we know that address is good. So, yeah, the small test, it's a hassle. I get it, right? It's like, oh, I got to pay an extra fee for this transfer. Well, for Polygon, it's not even an issue because less than a penny. Maybe for Bitcoin and Ethereum, yeah, you're gonna pay some extra fees by doing your small test. And you have to wait. Like me, I'm running out of time. I want to do this transaction, and I'm running out of patience, and I'm still waiting for the small test. So, but it's worth the time and effort and the cost, right? There are so many people that I've seen lost crypto, and their emails are all the same. Hey, I just transferred $5,000 worth of XDC to my Ledger device, and it never showed up. And I'm like, why in God's name would you transfer $5,000 worth of XDC to your Ledger, and having never done it before and don't know where it's going to show up? Always do your small test. Even me. I should have just done the full transfer, but I wanted to kind of give you, this is why you do this stuff. Let's see. I can still buy a little bit of this Tether. I'm sorry, this Sui. Let's do it. $10 is $10, right? That's what my great grandmother would say. All right, so we're going to buy $10 worth of Sui. Okay. And let's look at there it is right there. All right. Now, let's withdraw it. Where are we going to withdraw to? Actually, I believe that's 379. Let's see where we're at here. This SUI Flex. Yeah, that's it. That's this address, right? I've withdrawn to this address before from Kraken. It's already been whitelisted. So for the sake of brevity, we'll just go ahead and withdraw it to that address, right? And it should show up. Another thing you have to remember is that a crypto withdrawal is not always instantaneous. I know it's gut-wrenching, but if it hasn't been 24 hours, maybe it's not time to panic yet. I know 24 hours seems like a long time, but I've seen it happen before with certain cryptos on certain exchanges. There have been times where I remember with KuCoin, I would make deposits in KuCoin from my wallet, and sometimes they'd take forever. There were a few times where I actually contacted KuCoin support with my transaction ID. And, but it eventually showed up. So, and I know there's a lot of people that are like, hey, I just transferred. Where is it? And I kind of want to go, when did you transfer? Well, 10 minutes ago. I'm like, give it some time. So, yeah, Gregory, I don't know when you did that transfer. Yeah. Let's see what's happening over here. Anything? Actually, it's probably still processing out on Kraken, right? Let's see. Recent. Withdrew. Okay, well, there it is. It says withdrew. Let's go over here. Yeah, it's already in there. No, that's different. That's something else. Actually, it might have hit the balance, but not shown up in transactions yet. So let's check our third-party wallet, right? It's the same address. Let's see. What is this? Transactions? There we go. Received. There. See? I already see it in my third-party wallet, but I don't see it in Ledger Live yet. 3.54 SUI, right? A little bit for the fee there. Yeah, I still don't see it in Ledger Live as a transaction, but I think the balance is correct, right? 1024. What's the balance in here? 1024.57. Yeah, so I think the balance is correct. Yeah, 1024.57. It's just not showing up in my transactions yet. It should, but it's not, right? But it's in the wallet. Gregory, did it on the 20th of June. Okay, well, that was yesterday. Should have been there. And you also have to remember it's, the exchange itself has its own bottlenecks and processing delays, right? So I've seen when I made a deposit of Bitcoin on Coinbase, I've seen it show up in my account within minutes and be tradable, sellable. And I've also made a transfer of Bitcoin to my Coinbase account and had it take like 6 hours before it actually hit my Coinbase account. So I don't know if that's like blockchain activity or the exchanges got some kind of backlog or is overloaded or whatever the case may be. That's part of that institutional your reliance on institutions, right? And I think Dan just brought up that you can directly exchange SUI and PUL on platforms like Kraken and SimpleSwap. This allows users to trade between the two cryptos based on the prevailing exchange rates. Right. How did you know to pair SUI with PUL? What's the relationship? I'm sorry, I think I must have missed something. I just was trying to demonstrate that I had some stable coin. It just happened to be Polygon-based stable coin. It could have easily have been Base network or Ethereum network or Arbitrum network. I just had some Tether in my wallet. So I was trying to show you that you can transfer a stable coin to an exchange and then trade it for crypto and then move it back to your wallet. There's no innate relationship between PUL and SUI. I was just trying to demonstrate that I'm using a stable coin to make a purchase. I could have just as easily on Kraken gone over to the buy interface, wherever that is now. I could have just said, hey, I want to buy $50 worth of SUI using my bank account. But I didn't do it that way. I used stablecoin transfer because we were talking about stablecoins today. So yeah, I don't want you to think that there's any kind of relationship between Polygon and SUI. There's not, right? I'm just trying to demonstrate that you can use your stablecoin to buy other coins. You can store it in your wallet. I think Dan had talked a lot about that a couple. He brings that up quite often, that you can store stablecoin in your wallet and use it when as your dry powder when the market's down, right? Because the stablecoin will hold the value of $1, right? Rather than some other altcoin that could lose value when you want to make a trade, right? Come on, Kraken, where's the rest of that? Did it show up yet? Yeah, there's the rest of it. All right, so what else? I was going to buy a little bit of Solana, so let's do that. So yeah, we've got the Tether in our account now, and so we can use that to fund our purchases. So let's buy What am I doing here? Oh, I want convert, right? Let's take our tether and use it to buy some Solana. All right, there's our Solana. And we'll use $100 worth of the tether, and we'll make that trade into Solana. And let's do 50, let's buy some more SUI. Let's just do 50. I could have done 50%. All right, so now if we go to portfolio, we've got some Solana and some SUI. Let's withdraw the Solana. And I believe I have sent Solana to my stacks before. All right, let's just double check that. If we go to over here and we go to Solana stacks, let's look at that address real quick. It ends in 4796. Yeah, so I've already whitelisted that address. Let's just send it all and hit withdraw. It's only going to cost me a very small amount of SOL to make that withdrawal. Let's go back and do that SUI that's left. Let's hit that withdraw, and I had a Ledger Nano X that I imported the seed phrase into my stacks. That's why it says X, but it's the same address we just did, right? Let's withdraw that, and we're good. All right, so now we just monitor our wallet for those incoming, right? 1024, it should go up. Let's check the third-party wallet. It's probably going to hit faster. No, I guess not. Nah. Yeah, I've not really played around with this wallet. I'm assuming there are some SUI-based tokens that you can purchase. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, there's definitely NFTs. I don't have any, but there are SUI NFTs. Such a thing, right? Did it hit? Yeah, there. It already hit, right? The Solana, I'm sorry, the SUI that I just withdrew from Kraken hit this third-party wallet. So let's look what we got over here. 10. No, let's look at that again. 1043 is what it should say. This is 1024. There it goes. Okay, so it hit the balance. Still hasn't hit the transaction list yet, but that's okay. Let's go to that Solana stacks. I think that hit, didn't it? Yeah. No? Yeah, it just hit 621. Oh, I'm sorry. It is 621. Right? So the Solana, I'm sorry, the SUI. No, that's 421. Yeah, it still hasn't hit. Okay. All right. Yeah, but the Solana hit. The Solana goes fast. Right? So we just received that that $100 worth of Solana, or close to it, $100 worth. 96.55. So yeah, I mean, I was just trying to demonstrate that you can use stablecoin that you're storing in your wallet, and within minutes transfer. Within minutes, right? If we were doing this in the middle of the night, it would have been a lot faster to make the deposit on Kraken. I don't know, what it'd take about 10 minutes for it to finally get there, but that's fine. So within several minutes, we were able to convert our stablecoin into real crypto and then move it back into our wallet for storage, right? So, the idea here is you want to use your wallet, your self-custody, for all of your holdings, your cash and your crypto. Cash in the form of stablecoin. And, with the stablecoin bill passing and, opening up the whole world, of being able to use stablecoins, just wait until you can use stablecoin on Amazon or Walmart to make purchases. I could do the exact same thing I did with Kraken on Amazon, right? Like I go to check out at Amazon, I bought a new iron, right? And it says, okay, that's going to, what payment method do you want to use? Do you want to use your ATM card, this credit card, or do you want to use stablecoin? Do you want to use US dollar coin? And you say, yeah, US dollar coin. And then Amazon gives me a receiving address to deposit stablecoin to pay for my Amazon purchase. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility within the next year or so. It's going to be amazing, right? So then you'll be able to store your crypto and your stablecoins in your own wallet so that you don't have to trust it to any institutions that could lock your account or go out of business or cut off US users or whatever, right? I went through that last week about all the pitfalls of institutional custody. Yeah. Thanks, Rex. All my other SU transfers arrived in live, but the last two. We'll check again to see if they arrived. Cheers. Okay, Greg, I hope what I showed you tonight helped. And if you really want to monitor your SUI a little more closely, I would suggest that slush wallet. And you can connect your ledger device to it, right? You can see here it's got my ledger. You can add add a ledger to this wallet so that it connects to your ledger device. Okay, went a little over tonight. My mic's really going crazy. I can see it's in the red. Sorry about that. I'm trying to deal with this sound issue. Didn't mute my mic tonight. Tangem or Nano X. That's a personal choice. Tangem is much more suited to people that are beginning crypto, people that want to kind of walk around and have access to their crypto. It's kind of a hiding in plain sight. The Tangem card's very low key, kind of a camouflage, whereas a ledger device is like someone sees you with a ledger device, they're kind of, hey, what's that? Actually, I had my my brand new stacks with me when I was getting my oil changed one day, and I was doing like a little swap on there. I don't know why I was doing the swap. Must have been an emergency or something. Anyway, I had my ledger device with my phone, and the guy looked at it and said, hey, that's a pretty cool phone. And I was like, no, it's not a phone. This is a crypto device. So I don't know, but as time goes by, more and more people will recognize that you're doing crypto. So, but anyway, over a Ledger Nano X, I would go with Tangem. I don't like Ledger Nano X anymore. It's too ganky, right? Those tiny little buttons and that little like joke of a screen. If you're gonna do Ledger, do a Stacks or a Flex. I know. I'm saying, yeah, just go out and spend $250 for a new device. Yeah. Most people are kind of like, oh, screw you, man. I'd rather spend $79 or $119 or whatever X costs right now. Anyhow, you'll thank me later. Anyway, guys, let's try this streaming ending. I think it's going to work. Hey, Alina Herring. Probably Alina or her dad. I don't know which one it is. Stream is ending. So thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Thank you, everyone that asked a question, everyone that made a comment. Dustin and Shadow, thank you so much for gifting memberships to unsuspecting stream participants. That's so nice of you. Thank you, Kenny, for the news. Thanks, Dan, for being here and helping to answer questions and clarify things that I'm talking about. It's always good to have you. Let's see. We're going to do this next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content.
Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.